I had a request to do what I would call a review of the PDM-30 mill. That's the King Canada mill. So I've got it set up here. I've cleaned the table off and as best I could. And we have an indicator on it. Now the indicator's in the back, so it's pretty hard to show you, but I have it set to 0. So we're going to spin that around and see what our Y value is. And we are reading almost 5/10,000ths, which is pretty decent, especially when you consider that this mill is over 20 years old. So let's check our X value. I'm going to get that set on 0. And we'll spin that around in the opposite direction. And we are reading 1, 2, 3 and 1/2 thousandths. So 3.5 thousandths over, I think I measured this a few moments ago, at about 7 inches. That would mean your whole table, which is about 24, I think. Something like that, 23. Almost 3 times that, say 10 thousandths over the whole table, which is not really good, but again, we're talking about a mill that's 20 years old. Well, thanks to GE Video for making the request to do a little bit of a review on the PDM-30 mill. Thanks to that, we found out that we had some bad results on the squareness along the x-axis relative to the spindle. And I stopped making the video right there and went right into fixing that situation, which I did by shimming the entire column. So thank you very much, GE Video. We're going to check the squareness of the x-axis to the y-axis movement. We're set up on the x-axis. We'll show you the setup in a minute here. But if you watch the indicator as we move, you'll see we don't have very much movement at all. We're pretty well just staying right on 0 right here. And we'll just show you that setup. We'll just back up here. We have a square mounted on the table, and we have indicated it to our x-axis movement. Now we're going to reorient that indicator and check the y-axis. All right, here's the y-axis movement. And we're staying right on 0. So no problem here. We're really good here. Just to give you a little better look at the setup here. This is what we've been doing. Once in a while I will have a problem with the Gibbs screws. That's the screw right here, and there's another one for the x-axis around the corner. And this one quite often will get a little bit loose, and you can actually hear the table. I'm going to shove the table back and forth. You hear that clunking. I loosened that off on purpose, and all you have to do to correct that is tighten that up a little bit, like so. And you can feel the tension on that when you wind the handle back and forth. That's not a big deal. So overall, I have to say, having used this mill for over 20 years, that there really has not been any major problems at all. In fact, this squareness thing that came up now, I don't know what caused it. I know what fixed it. I don't know if it will stay fixed. We'll find out. But for right now, it's looking really good. So I have to say I would recommend the PDM-30 as long as you don't mind the fact that you only have 5 inches of quill travel here. And sometimes that's a problem, especially when you switch from using the drill chuck to a collet. You lose some ground there, and sometimes you can't get to the job without adjusting the head. And as soon as you release that head, things start moving around on the column and you have to somehow relocate your part datums.